Listen to that. That's the sound of an eagle.
This is I Go Travel with Don Barnett. We're going to be talking about eagles and totem poles of the Canadian Pacific Coast in this video. And I'll even tell you a story about why some of the indigenous people along the coast are still looking for me. I'm in high demand.
Now, there is a sharp eagle eye for you. Some of my photos of eagles were taken in wildlife rehab centers where birds and wildlife were injured and cared for. Many were unable to return to the wild, but I also have traveled the mountains and paddled the rivers and lakes in British Columbia, and you will have opportunities to see eagles in the wild.
There's an eagle in the wild in the lower left of the photo, and that was the day that I left my telephoto at home.
We are in Squamish, which is just north of Vancouver along the coast. Bald eagles gather here in November to December during the salmon run. It is one of the best places to see eagles wintering over during the cold season. The eagles have left their mark on the sign at Brackendale Eagle Park, which is a popular spot to see eagles looking for the salmon. The Wilderness Park here is on the far side of the Squamish River. You can fish on the park side, but there is basically no access. There is no bridge across the river. No camping is allowed. No touring is allowed. The park is more than just an eagle wintering place. Lots of wildlife all around this Squamish area. But some of it you might hope you don't run across. This was a sign right along a walking path next to the downtown. I have to show you this poster of Squamish and a phrase that has more meaning as people come to places like this. On the lower left, you can see it there. Don't love it to death. There's a lot of things that attract people to a place, and not limited just to Squamish here. There is scenery, the great outdoors, hiking and biking, so everybody comes. Today, Squamish is a crowded place. New houses, new streets, we love it all. Now it is crowded. Too many people on the paths, too many everywhere. The phrase, don't love it to death, takes on real meaning if we are to continue to love this place like we can. People gather each fall to see the eagles, and there is, of course, an annual eagle count. The chart shows a low of only a count of 411 eagles in 2016, but the numbers are usually range up around the 1,000 mark. 2019, almost 1,200, and in 23 and 24, just under 1,000 were counted. We drove up here from Vancouver on Highway 99, which is called the Sea to Sky Highway. It is a 2-lane highway with a number of passing lanes and some pullouts. It is only 60 kilometers from Vancouver and halfway to Whistler, but don't be misled by the short kilometers. At times, it can be a very busy road and traffic will move slowly. Drivers in too much of a hurry have caused some bad accidents, but reasonably driven, it is a good highway. The first English explorers and settlers called the community Newport in the early 1900s. They offered a $500 prize when they decided to rename it, and the winning entry was the word Squamish, named after the local indigenous people. In those early pioneer days, people made a living in fishing, producing fruit and vegetables, and growing hops, which were shipped to England for making beer. This is the land of the coastal indigenous people. Although there are a number of distinct groups, such as the Salish or Haida, Tlingit, Tsimshian, one of the best known aspects, however, of the entire coastal culture are totem poles. Some say the totem poles tell legends. Maybe they represent a certain clan or household. Maybe they are only the creative imagination of an early artist. The fact is, there are no historical records. No word of mouth passed down from generation to generation. It is left to historical speculation. There are some totem poles in Squamish, but not a lot compared to some other places I've been to along the coast. Trying to preserve the old poles while young artists create new ones is an ongoing thing. The poles are carved from cedar, a tree that is resistant to deterioration and rot. Another characteristic of the culture are these pot-style hats. Now, you have to be a very famous, intelligent, and highly respected person to wear one of these hats. Well, I figured I qualified, so I sided up behind these women. I figured the men could run faster, but that woman on the right, she didn't look too fast for me. When I grabbed her hat off her head, did she scream?
I bolted out of that place like a reindeer late for Christmas dinner. And I tell you, the question is, did I win the race? Well, I rest my case. You can have that old hat. As I said, I rest my case. I tell you, I'm a pretty tough guy, as well as fleet of foot. I only lost one fight in my life, and that was last winter. I slipped on an icy patch going around a corner.
I can tell you from experience, it is easier to count eagles than it is to grab a hat off someone's head. So let's talk eagles. Most bald eagles get their white head feathers about 4 years of age, but some take as long as 7 to 8 years. Life expectancy is 20 to 25 years in the wild, and it's up to about 40 years in captivity. Many die young. Half of young eagles born reach 1 year of age. Only 10% reach 4 years of age. Several decades ago, eagles were on the road to extinction from the use of the killer chemical called DDT. It was used to kill insects like grasshoppers in order to grow crops more effectively. Eagles ate the dead grasshoppers, and as a result, the eagle eggs that they laid had thin shells, and those thin shells broke open prematurely, and the young were not being born. Since banning DDT, the eagle population has made a remarkable recovery. Also, another thing is that hunters shoot ducks and leave them where eagles eat them. The lead pellets are ingested by the eagles, and it is deadly. And this has been a major cause of recent eagle fatality. Various species of eagles are found across the world. I took this photo of a Mexican eagle, and you can see it looks a bit different than a bald eagle. I took this picture at Brackendale, at Squamish, at the eagle watching area. Bald eagles are found in both mountains and prairies, mainly fish eaters. Those on the prairies also will eat rabbits and gophers. Salmon is the preferred diet in this part of the country, though. They eat dead salmon or carrion lying on gravel bars and will steal food from other birds. I've got a question for you. What do you call a group of flying eagles? Well, it is called a kettle or a convocation. Eagles will reach sexual maturity in 4 to 5 years, and they mate for life, although parents may be separated for part of the year and will reunite in the spring. Eagles are great flyers. They will soar on wind currents up to 3,000 meters high, which is invisible to the humid naked eye. They're great flyers again. Like I say, 7,000 individual feathers with hollow bones make up only 6% of their body weight. The wings can stretch from end to end for 2 meters. They can fly up to 70 kilometers an hour and dive up to 160 kilometers per hour. They will fly up to 300 kilometers in a single day. We are related to them in a way because their bones are made up of the same stuff as our fingernails. It's called keratin. Let's talk for a minute about eagle eye, eyesight. Eagle's eyes are 8 times sharper than humans and can spot even small fish in water a half a kilometer away. This ability is called binocular vision. They can spot a rabbit, for example, from 3,000 meters away. Now, eagles also have superior peripheral vision or side vision. If you think of, if you had 100% peripheral vision, you would be able to see all around you at 360 degrees. Now, an eagle can't quite do that, but they have peripheral vision up to 340 degrees, almost a complete circle around them. By comparison, human peripheral vision is only 180 degrees. An eagle with its superior peripheral vision can spot their prey from over 5 kilometers high in the sky.
Eagles don't really have claws, they have talons. Claws are more made for digging and scratching, but a talon is meant for gripping. Let me show you what I mean. Eagles have 3 talons on each foot. 2 are on the sides and they point forward. The third one in the middle points the reverse direction, and it is called the hallux. The hallux is like a thumb on your hand. It enables you to maneuver things much better. It enables the eagle to grip a fish it catches, or if it picks up some carrion on the beach. And how strong is an eagle's grip? Just look at these figures. Grip is measured in kilopascals, so a female's grip is in the range of 300 kilopascals. A male, a little stronger, 500. So 300 to 500 for humans. Compare that to the grip of an eagle. Over here on the right-hand side, the grip of an eagle in terms of kilopascals measures in the range of 3,000 to 4,000. Roughly 10 times greater grip than that of a human.
Will you see an eagle drop a fish it has caught? Highly unlikely. And for your sake, you better not think about shaking hands with an eagle. You are liable to get crunched, just like a fish.
Maybe you're like me. You know a little bit more about the Pacific culture of Canada's west coast. Hit the subscribe button. That'll tell you when we're going to be putting more videos on the internet as we travel around the country. This is I Go Travel with Don Barnett. So long for now.
there you have it, a little bit of Western Canadian Pacific Coast culture. If you want to hear more stories and see more things as we travel around the country, just Google that address on the bottom there. I don't think you need the little @ sign. Just Google Don Barnett 5090, click on my name, and then hit the word playlists in the middle of the page and scroll down. Each playlist contains several travel videos.